Hi, Helen from crystals&crochet.com here, and welcome to part 5 of the Virtue Crochet Along. Okay, we are going to be working this band around. Okay, so a fairly easy week this week after all of the work that you did last week. Okay, hope you enjoy. Round 58, and we are going to join with a standing back post double crochet around the last stitch of any side. Okay, so that's the last one before the chain 2 corner space. Okay, back post double crochet. In the corner, chain 2 corner space, we're going to make 2 half double crochet, chain 2 and 2 half double crochet. Okay. Then we are going to make a really simple repeat working all the way across. Start with a back post double crochet and then a front post double crochet. Okay, you're just going to alternate that all the way across. Your repeat is actually done 69 times. Okay, so each corner is 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet. You're then going to back post double crochet around the next stitch, front post double crochet around the next stitch. Repeat that all the way across. Okay, your 69th repeat will come in those 2 stitches, back post then front post. Then you'll have 1 stitch left, make a back post double crochet around that, and then start all over again. Okay, so work all the way round, join to that standing back post double crochet with a slip stitch. Okay, because we're going to carry on with the same colour. Round 59. Okay, remember when you're joining with a slip stitch to keep downsizing to 1.5 to 2 sizes smaller hook so that you get a really nice teeny weeny slip stitch. Okay, so chain 3. That counts as our first double crochet, and then double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, so on the last repeat, where the pattern tells you to omit the last 3 double crochet, there's your 3 that you're going to omit. Okay, in the chain 2 corner space, 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. Okay, so what I class as a normal corner. Okay, now again you can see that first stitch, the top is completely hidden, so do make sure that you are looking at the posts of your stitches. Okay, in this round we're going to skip that first hidden stitch. Okay, so we're going to go into the second stitch and we are going to double crochet in 142 stitches. Okay, if you need to, use a stitch marker every say 20-25 stitches just to help to make sure you double check that your stitch count is correct. Okay, because in the next couple of rounds we're going to do a special stitch or a pattern round so you will need to make sure you have got the correct number of stitches. Okay, so once you're done, you will have a total of 146 double crochet per side. Okay, don't forget that you are skipping that first hidden stitch, but make sure you don't skip an extra one. Okay, all the way round, join to the top of the chain 3, fasten off and secure your ends. Round 60. Okay, this is, if you like, the foundation round for the next special stitch round that we're going to do. So we're going to join with a standing double crochet in any chain 2 corner space, and then double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet. Okay, then we've got a really simple repeat as we work across. We're going to chain 2, skip the next 2 stitches. Okay, remember, look at your posts because your top loops can often be covered, especially the first one. Skip 2 stitches, double crochet in the next 2, and you're going to do that all the way across. Chain 2, skip 2, double crochet in 2. Okay, you're going to have 36 repeats of that. Okay, so when you're done, you'll actually have 38 pairs of 2 double crochet and 37 chain 2 spaces. When you come to the end of the side, you will finish with your last 2 double crochet there, chain 2, skip those last 2 stitches. Okay, corners 2 double, chain 2, 2 double, then it's just chain 2, skip 2, 2 double crochet all the way around. Okay, once you're done, join to your standing double crochet with a slip stitch. Round 61. Okay, we've got a hint. We're going to be making one of my favourite stitches, slanting clusters. Okay, so slanting clusters are made as a front post treble cluster and are made around the second stitch of each pair. Okay, so we're going to chain 1 and then we're going to front post single crochet around the next stitch. Okay, chain 3 and then make a front post treble cluster around the same stitch. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 partial trebles, yarn over, pull through all 4 loops. Okay, we skip the chain 2 space and the next stitch, and then we start again. Front post single, chain 3, and then a front post treble cluster. Okay, 1, 2 and 3 through all of them. Okay, now that first one is our corner cluster, so what I suggest you do is take the chain 3 and the chain 2 and pop a stitch marker through both of those chains. Okay, do that with each corner and it's going to help you to identify your corners. Okay, so once more, if you've not done this before, skip the chain 2 space and the next stitch, and in the second stitch, front post single, chain 1, 2, 3, yarn over twice, around the post, through 2, through 2. Okay, so you've got your chain 3 here, you've got a partial treble here. We're going to do the partial treble twice more around the post to give us a front post 3 treble cluster through all of them. Okay, so when we make our next round, you'll see that we're going to work through both of those chains, or into the chain 2 space and over that chain 3. So the only part we see is that front post 3 treble cluster. Okay, so don't forget your chain 3 each time. Front post single, chain 1, 2, 3, and then a front post 3 treble cluster around the same stitch, which is always the second stitch of each pair. Okay, I find it easiest to almost work as if I'm sort of working up a ladder, so I tend to turn my work, oops, that was only a double, as I go. Okay, so you're going to work all the way around, mark your corner slanting clusters, but each side as you finish you will have 37 slanting clusters plus one corner one on each side. Okay, all the way round, join to that first front post single, crochet, fasten off and secure your ends. Round 62. Okay, so working over round 61, which is the slanting clusters and chain 3 round, we're going to join with a standing half double crochet between the double crochet of round 60 and the slanting cluster at the end of any side. Okay, so here's our corner one. So there's our double crochet, there's our slanting cluster. Okay, so we're going to go in there. Okay, so not underneath the slanting cluster, because the slanting cluster is made around one double crochet, so we're going to go between in there and make a half double crochet. Okay, so with the corner spaces you're going to work over the chain 3 and into the chain 2. Okay, so you've got both of your chain spaces there, and you're going to make 2 half double crochet, chain 2 and 2 half double crochet. Okay, then our repeat as we work across each side is to half double crochet between the double crochet and the front post. So come right down so that you're underneath here, right into there, and half double crochet. You are then going to make 3 half double crochets working over the chain 3 and into the chain 2. So if you just pull that cluster down slightly, you can easily see there 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so everything is all trapped in together at the back. So we go between and then over the chain 3 into the chain 2 with 3 stitches. okay, between, and then over, okay, and you're going to do that all the way around. Okay, so each time it's half double crochet between, 3 double crochet working over the chain 3 and into the chain 2, and you'll see that all you have showing at the front is the front post 3 treble cluster. Okay, you could do that 37 times. Your last repeat will be here behind that last cluster, so you then have 1 half double crochet to make between those, the first corner double crochet and the cluster, corners, 2 half double, chain 2, 2 half double. Okay, so work all the way round and join to your standing half double crochet with a slip stitch. Okay, do double check your stitch count. You're going to have 153 double crochet on each side. Okay, so that's from this one all the way along to the 2 at the end. Round 63, another very simple one. We're going to chain 3, that counts as a double crochet, and then double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Okay, then for our repeat, it's each corner 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochet, one and 2. Now, oops, very, very, very important. Let me just get everything in view. Do not skip that first stitch. So pull back so that you can see the top loops of your first stitch there. And you are going to double crochet in the next 153 stitches. Okay, so really simple round. Corners, 2 double crochet, chain 2, 2 double crochet. Make absolutely sure you don't skip that first hidden stitch, and then double crochet in each stitch. It's 153 altogether. Work all the way round, join to the top of the chain 3, fasten off and secure your ends. Okay, so again, very important that your stitch count is correct for our next pattern round. 157 double crochet in total for each side. Okay, round 64. And again, we've got a hint to keep our chains loose so as not to squash the bead stitches. Okay, so we are going to join with a beginning bead stitch in any chain 2 corner space. Okay, so that means we start with a standing double crochet. Okay, and then we're going to yarn over, come around the post, pull up a loop and lift it so that it sits on top of the post. We're going to do that 3 times. Okay, 2 and 3. Yarn over and pull through. Okay, but keep your tension nice and loose because you want to keep your bead stitches square, and if you tighten this up you're going to pinch them and make them triangular. Okay, we're then going to chain 2. Okay, so again, keep this thread nice and loose there. Okay, we're then going to make another bead stitch. So it's double crochet, yarn over, and then we're going to go, let me zoom in a weeny bit more so you can see this really closely. Okay, yarn over, around the post, pull up a loop so that you come on top of your double crochet. You can do that 3 times, okay? 2 and 3. Yarn over, pinch, pull through all of those loops and keep it nice and loose on your tension here. Okay, and then our repeat as we work across is to chain 1, so again keep that thread there nice and long so that you keep your bead stitch square. If you yank that up tight, it's going to make your bead stitch go like a triangle. Okay, we're going to skip the next stitch, okay, and then we're going to bead stitch in the next stitch. So it's double crochet, yarn over, around the post and come right down at the bottom. Okay, don't put your hook at the top, right down at the bottom, pull up so that your hook sits on top of the post of the stitch. 2, 3 times, yarn over, pull through. Okay, chain 1, and then we're going to skip the next 2 stitches. Okay, so then into the next stitch, bead stitch, 1, 2, 3, and chain 1, skip 2 stitches. Let me just pop another bead stitch in here. One, 2, 3. Okay, so you can see in the corner we've got bead stitch, chain 2, bead stitch. We then chain 1, skip that first stitch, and then our repeat is bead stitch in the next stitch, chain 1 and skip 2 stitches. Okay, and try to keep your tension really nice and loose as you make your bead stitch so that this thread is quite long. As we make the next round, everything will look much better as we work into the top of the bead stitch, and we're also going to work down into the second skip stitch as well. Okay, so carry on all the way round, including the 2 that you've made in the corner. You are going to have 54 bead stitches and 53 chain 1 spaces plus your chain 2 corner space once you're done. Okay, so make sure that your bead stitch is every 3rd stitch. So you've got 1 skipped here, bead stitch, skip 2, bead stitch, skip 2, all the way along. Okay, so as you end the side, you will make a bead stitch here, chain 1 and skip those last 2 stitches. Okay.